The message boomed across every communication channel in the galaxy, overriding security protocols that had stood unbreached for millennia. On thousands of worlds, beings of all descriptions froze as their devices suddenly displayed the human emblem, a simple blue sphere with white lines forming Earth's continents. Admiral Thomas Reed stood on the bridge of the HSS Revelation, his weathered face illuminated by the glow of tactical displays. At 63 years old, he had seen humanity rise from an isolated species to a force that made the oldest civilizations in the galaxy tremble. "Transmission complete, sir," reported Lieutenant Anna Jones, her fingers dancing across the console. "Every member world of the Galactic Council has received our message." Thomas nodded grimly. "And now we wait." It had been only 30 years since humanity discovered faster-than-light travel and ventured beyond their solar system. They had been welcomed into the Galactic Council with open arms, or rather, appendages of various sorts. The Council, comprising representatives from the 27 oldest spacefaring species, had seemed benevolent, offering technological exchanges and cultural integration. Commander Ben Miller approached the Admiral, his uniform crisp despite the tension permeating the bridge. "Intelligence reports the Council chambers have erupted into chaos. Their emergency session begins in 1 hour." "Good," Thomas replied. "Let them squirm." 2 months earlier, a junior data analyst named Robert Green had noticed an anomaly while reviewing trade agreements between Earth and various Council worlds. Hidden beneath layers of diplomatic jargon and technical specifications was evidence of a systematic plan to undermine human industrial development and military capability. Further, investigation by Earth intelligence uncovered the horrifying truth: humanity was being groomed for harvesting. The Council had done this before, welcomed promising species, seemingly helping them develop while subtly guiding their evolution and technology toward specific patterns. Then, when the species reached optimal development, they would be ascended, a euphemism for having their genetic material and cognitive patterns harvested to enhance the older species. The evidence was damning. Records dating back thousands of years revealed 17 previous species that had been similarly cultivated, then erased from the galaxy, their achievements absorbed by the Council members. "Admiral, we are receiving a response," Anna announced. "Council Chairperson Ralex requests a private channel." Thomas straightened his uniform. On screen, the large view screen flickered to life, revealing the elongated pale blue face of Ralex, representing the Tauran species, purportedly the oldest civilization in the galaxy. "Admiral Reed," Ralex began, voice modulator creating perfect human speech. "This unsanctioned broadcast constitutes a serious violation of Council communication protocols. Your accusations are—" "Save it," Thomas interrupted. "We have the records. Chairperson, Project Cultivation, the Zenari, the Polnox, the Drell. 17 species cultivated and harvested. We were to be number 18. Ralex's outer membranes fluttered, a sign of distress in Taurans. These matters are complex beyond human understanding. The ascension process is a sacred genocide," Thomas stated flatly. "You call it ascension. We call it genocide." In the weeks after Robert's discovery, humanity had worked feverishly. Earth's best scientists and engineers reverse-engineered and improved upon alien technologies they had been freely given, creating capabilities the Council never intended them to have. "Your species is young, impulsive," Ralex insisted. "The Council has existed for millions of years. We maintain galactic stability. The ascension process preserves the essence of species while removing potential threats to order." Thomas leaned forward. "We've transmitted the evidence to every world in Council space, not just your ruling bodies, but directly to their populations. How many of them knew the truth about what you've been doing? How many were told they would be next if they didn't cooperate?" Ralex's color darkened. "You've destabilized millennia of careful balance. Civil unrest is already beginning on 12 worlds." "Good," Thomas replied. "Consider this humanity's contribution to galactic democracy." The plan had been implemented with military precision. While the Council believed humans were still struggling with basic interstellar navigation, Earth had built a fleet of stealth vessels. While the Council thought human AI was primitive, Earth systems had infiltrated the deepest archives of the galactic network. And while the Council believed humans were individualistic to a fault, unable to keep secrets or work collectively toward long-term goals, Earth's governments had united in unprecedented cooperation once they learned the truth. You have one standard galactic cycle to disband the Council and establish a truly democratic galactic government, Thomas continued. One with transparency where no species plans the systematic elimination of another. Or what? Ralex demanded, composure cracking. Or we'll show you why attempting to harvest humanity was your greatest mistake, Thomas replied calmly. Our fleet is not where you think it is. Our weapons are not what you believe them to be. This is not a negotiation. It's a courtesy notice. What the Council didn't know was that humans had discovered a fundamental principle of physics that all previous species had missed, perhaps because the Council had deliberately steered them away from it. This principle allowed for the creation of weapons that could destabilize stars, rendering entire systems uninhabitable. Humanity had no desire to use such weapons, but they would not become victim number 18. This is madness, Ralex whispered. You would risk galactic war? You planned our extinction, Thomas replied. We're offering you peace. The choice is yours. As the transmission ended, Lieutenant Anna looked up. Sir, we're detecting mobilization of Council military assets. Thomas nodded. As expected. Implement. Phase 2. Across Council space, sleeper agents, humans who had been posing as diplomatic staff, activated hidden devices. Council military vessels suddenly found their systems locked, weapons offline. It was a bluff, of course. Humanity couldn't actually control the entire Council fleet, but they could create enough doubt and confusion to buy time for the revolution, already beginning on subjugated worlds. Commander Ben handed Thomas a datapad. Reports coming in, sir. 3 Council species have already announced their withdrawal and declared support for Earth. Thomas allowed himself a small smile. Then it begins. Humanity had never wanted war. They had merely wanted to explore the stars, learn from older civilizations, and find their place in the galactic community. Instead, they had uncovered treachery on an unimaginable scale. Now they would reshape the galaxy, not through conquest, but by telling the truth. As protests erupted across 1,000 worlds and the Council's carefully maintained facade crumbled, Thomas looked out at the stars visible through the view screen. This is just the beginning, he murmured.